Hello everyone, it's your boy Luke Sinetti. Today we're going to be doing Premier League predictions. There's going to be some very unpopular predictions here. I know some of you are not going to like, but yeah, let's go. At 20th place, I this is not an unpopular one. I'm going with Hull City to go on last place. I just feel like I just don't like the way they play defensively. That's not going to get you a lot of points. That's not going to get you survival in the Premier League. If you can win some games, maybe you can stay up. Like I said, like everyone says, 40 points is the ideal amount of points. Maybe not even 40, maybe around 40, 45 points. Keep you up in the Premier League. I just don't see Hull getting that amount. I think they're going to get like maybe 18 points, something like that. But we're not talking about point system. Number 9, this is going to upset a lot of people. You're not going to like this. But I'm going Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, I feel like Crystal Palace are due to have a bad season. I mean, I don't know them who the manager is. Oliver Glasner left to go to Forest. There's a whole controversy about that, but I'm not gonna explain to you about that. I just feel like they're just going to have a bad season, and I think they're gonna get relegated. Honestly, 18th place. I'm gonna go with a bold one here. I'm going Newcastle United. Wasn't impressed with Newcastle last season. I know they have a new manager. Now, this is one that I'm not completely sure on because I feel like they can get relegated, but at the same time, I feel like they can still stay up. But I did put them in 18th though at the end, but we just have to wait and see what happens really. But for now, and this is my updated Premier League prediction, so I'm not gonna change them now. I did do one a few weeks ago, and now I'm doing my official ones. So who's gonna be staying up or just surviving relegation? I'm going with Fulham. I don't trust Fulham at the moment. No, Marco Silva, Arbeloa is the new head coach. The ex-Real Madrid manager didn't do such a good job with Madrid. Honestly, he had some good games, but eventually he falls short of the La Liga title and the Champions League. And also they made some great signings like um, Gonzalo Garcia, uh, another player from Real Madrid. But the problem, I feel like they're gonna stay up. But the problem is that they lost Raul Jimenez and Harry Wilson. So how do you replace those goals? That's pretty much. And I feel like they're gonna struggle, but they're just gonna survive. And 16th place, I'm going Coventry City. I feel like Coventry City will surprise Coventry City. I feel like I'm going to surprise everyone. It's me just wanting the newly promoted side to stay up. I bet Hull City, except for Hull City, except for them, they're going down. But I just feel like maybe they can surprise a few people. Who knows? And 15th place, I'm going with Ipswich yet again. I feel like out of the newly promoted sides, I feel like they've been the more recently in the Premier League. They've quite recently been in the Premier League. They're the recent team out of the newly promoted side to be in the Premier League, and I feel like they're going to learn from their mistakes last season, from the last one they were in the Premier League. So at 14th, I've gone Sunderland. Since they have European football, I think they're going to be focusing on European football, and I feel like they're going to have a pretty mid-season in the Premier League. like I say, European distraction. The 13th place I got Everton. They usually finish around 15th to 10th place around there. They haven't been they haven't been like above the top 10 in such a long time, so I feel like they're gonna stay there. At 12, I got Nottingham Forest. I'm improving from no European football, and I feel like they're going to improve under the new. I think he's a Hungarian coach. I can't remember what his name was. No, not Hungarian. That's Bournemouth. Um, Oliver Glasner. I think Oliver Glasner. Is going to improve the side. Improve the side. At 11th, I got Bournemouth. They're the one with the Hungarian coach, but I can't remember. Is he Hungarian? I think so. But I can't remember his name. I don't know if it's like Hugo something. I have to double check. But I feel like they're going to have around that. I feel like they're going to finish there. At the 10th place, I'm going with Brentford. I feel like Keith Andrews can do a good job. Maybe contest for Europe, but once they fall short. And number 9, I got Tottenham Hotspur. No European football for Tottenham. De Zerbi, I feel like they're going to keep them. He's going to keep them up again. And honestly, I think they would have finished around. I think around ninth place if they had De Zerbi from the first minute of the Premier League to the last. Around the eighth place, I'm going with Leeds United. I feel like they're going to shock everyone, and they're going to get into the top 10, and just going to surprise a few people. Like I said, Harry Wilson, James Trafford has come in. Some other guys I can't really remember. I think Daniel Farga, Daniel Farga is going to make this side a very entertaining and exciting side. And seventh, I got Chelsea. No European football, gonna have a much better season under Xabi Alonso. They brought in, if I can't remember, they brought in Morgan Rogers. They brought in Danny Welbeck. I'm not too sure about. I think Danny Welbeck, yes. Jordan Henderson, I'm not sure they should have done that deal, but definitely Danny Welbeck. I think that's a good option and an experienced striker, and I think they need a bit of experience in that spot. The only thing is that the reason why I put them down so low is because some I feel like they're still gonna have some like inconsistent moments. I feel like they might draw a game, lose a game, lo- draw, lose, draw, and then they're gonna go on a winning streak again. I feel like that's gonna happen. But I feel like at some points they are going to lose it. Like they are gonna be inconsistent. But yeah, at sixth place I got Brighton. Brighton, I feel like under Fabian Hutzler going to again. Don't I can't remember. They're gonna have a better season than last season. They're gonna get European football, and yeah, and also because I'm a Brighton fan, so there's a bit of bias there. At fifth, top five. At fifth place, I got Aston Villa, and I will say that this season, that fifth place will get Champions League again. So Aston Villa, what can I say about them? I feel like they're gonna be I feel like they're the new top six team in the Prem. They're always honestly. I remember a few years ago under Steven Gerrard, they were almost gonna get relegated, and honestly, it was a good decision to sack him and then bringing you. Ever since Unai Emery has been in the club, that he has revolutionized Aston Villa to become arguably a top six Premier League club, and I feel like that's where they are at this current moment. I feel like they should belong in the top six, not Tottenham. Our fourth place. This is where another controversial one. I'm going to put Manchester City. I mean, say what you want about Man City. I don't think they're gonna win the Premier League yet. But with the squad that they have, I don't think it's gonna take them long not to like. I don't think they're gonna go on a long drought. I think maybe the next season, the 2027-28 season, I think they might win the Premier League there. But oh, new squad, new manager, new system probably. Enzo Maresca, he's a good manager, but I just feel like they're gonna have a little bit of a dodgy start, and then get back into the, and then gonna get back into the league, and finish fourth. In in third place, I'm gonna go with Manchester United. They're gonna finish third again. I feel like at some point we might sneakily, they might go for the title, maybe for maybe like a week or 2 weeks, and then we'll drop off. Bell for Michael Carrick, I I don't really trust him, but I trust him, but I don't trust him. I feel like something's gonna go wrong at some point, but at the same time, I feel like the players that he's brought in, like I don't like Andre Santos, but Yuri Tillemans, we brought in Carl Darlow, the backup keeper. We don't have Onana. Bienda has gone to I can't remember where he's gone to. I think he went. I can't remember where Bienda went to. I think he went to Villarreal. I have to double check that. Sonny Lamans is going to get better by every season he gets. By every game, Sonny Lamans is going to get better, become a better keeper. And yeah, so my top two is either Arsenal, Liverpool, Arsenal, and in second place I've gone with Liverpool. I feel like Liverpool. I don't know. Like I know their pre-seasons have been all over the place. They won quite a few games, but also they lost. Quite recently, they were 2-0 up against. Listen to this. They were 2-0 up against Monaco, and then they bottled it and they lost 3-2. Yet again, they were 2-0 up against Leeds, and they lost 4-2. I think it was, or 3-2. I can't remember. So the only really problem I have with Liverpool is the defense, but I might have. Now that I think about it, I think I want to place. Might want to change Man City and Liverpool over, but I'm gonna I'm gonna stick. But that's what I wrote down, and I'm gonna stick with it. So that means Arsenal going to win the Premier League again. As much as I hate to say it, insult for the Wolves fan base, very annoying fan base. But they're just gonna win the Premier League. I feel like they're unified, and I think that's gonna happen. So, guys, that's my Premier League predictions for the 2026-27 season. If you disagree with any of my predictions, leave a like down below. No, leave a comment down below. Leave a like on this video. And also, if you want, if you any, if you have a question, if you have a doubt or like a question, like for instance, why you put this team in this place, leave also a comment below as well, and I'll respond to that with detail. Maybe not too much detail, but with some detail. But also, if you agree with my predictions, then just leave a comment saying I agree. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching Premier League predictions. See you soon.